Welcome back, everybody, to the Miami Marlins franchise. It is the postseason push in Season 5. We are now in the final 2 months of the season. For the first time in the franchise, we're no longer just waiting for the season to be over with. We have postseason aspirations now, and we're going to play some very big games today, beginning with this 4-game set against the New York Mets. And we have 7 games over the next couple weeks we're going to play against them. And we are the 2 teams fighting for first place in the division right now. We've played some good baseball to start the month, but last episode did end with one of the worst losses of the entire series, giving up 6 runs in the 9th inning, and then 6 more runs in the 10th inning. We're going to make a move to start the episode, and that is going to be demoting the struggling Thomas White, who has been coming out of the bullpen this year, and he has pitched like it's the home run derby, essentially. Check this out. Over his last 10 games, he's given homers up in 8 of them, and he's on a 4-game streak right now. It's just not good enough. He's going to AAA, and we're using his final minor league option. Making his way up is going to be lefty reliever Kenny Norris, and this is going to be another draft pick of the series that is going to make a major league debut. Norris was a pick in our first draft of the series, and he becomes the very first pitcher that I drafted that is going to be at the major league level. High hit per 9, high strikeout per 9, and thankfully prevents home runs. We gotta watch walks, but I'm not trying to put him into high leverage situations yet. I'm also going to be moving up some pitchers down at AA up to AAA to start getting them closer to the major leagues. And Jorge Vizcaíno, one of our best starting pitcher prospects, is now going to get some AAA starts. I think he's done an amazing job this year at AA, and I was waiting for the strikeout numbers to really come up, and they have. But I'm also going to be bumping up Brian Ariano. Now, he is hopefully the future long-term closer of this team. He's not closing games at AA because that's just going to limit his innings. Like the first 10 games of the year, he pitched like twice because we weren't in the right situations. So I'm just getting him innings. 68 of them down at AA. He's ready for the move up. One more thing I wanted to point out that I wasn't a huge fan of seeing is that Joe Brown has actually gone down in potential. When I drafted him, I believe it was a 79 potential, which I thought, that's good if he just focuses on the offense. It got up to 81, which I felt really good about, just getting a little bit more upside. I don't know why it's back down to 79 now, while he's having a really good year. This game is sometimes really odd in its development. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. But I don't like the way players regress or lose potential in this case when they're playing at an all-star level. I did make a few moves for the push towards the postseason this year. We've added Josh Lowe in the outfield, Miguel Amaya behind the dish, and Brent Rooker at DH. Let's see how far this team can go. First game of the day, we got the New York Mets series. Yuri Perez up 2-0. 2 on for Francisco Lindor. Bouncing in front of Amaya, trying to advance, and the Mets do move to second and third. And that's going to be drifting foul. Marcelo Meyer, I really thought about letting that one land, but it's going to be a sac fly. Missing up there with the breaking ball, but strike 2 on Brandon Nimmo. And a drive. He connected with the fastball, sending Lowe back, and he will make the catch. The story lately has been our inability to get lefties out in the bullpen, and here is a high batting average lefty in Brendan Donovan. Alvarado has certainly shared in those struggles. Let's attack this situation a little bit differently and give me Dylan Coleman then. I do miss being able to see my average against righty, average against lefty. It's been hurting us so much this season, but I do actually trust Coleman a little bit more. He's a reverse splits guy. Nice fastball already ahead. Let's see if this slurve can get this one wrapped up. Nice block. Base hit center field. There's just no getting lefties out right now. Now we got to get Mark Vientos. Keep this one-run lead intact for Cole Sands. Nice fastball. We want this away, not too far away. Joe Brown will take it to the bag. We'll see how much longer we're counting on Drew Jones as we wait for star Evan Carter to come back from injury. Don't think we're going to have him until September sometime. When I started last episode, it told me his injury length was 1 to 2 months. We went through a few weeks, and it said 1 to 2 months by the end. I don't know, is he behind schedule or something?
No, that's a ball.
On the ground, bounce to short. Jones retired.
Out.
That's a fly ball from Luke Keeschel. Hit left field for out number 2. I feel like at this point, I'm about ready to mess with Johnny's swing maybe in the off season. Get him an adjusted stance. Try to change something up. I don't know the last time I got a good hit with Johnny in an episode. It's been ages. 3-2. It's a fly ball into right center. Looking to bloop. Nope. All right, this is a tough spot here. This bullpen's been seeing a lot of work. We need some guys, resting. Cole Sands, he has been pitching, the 7th and the 8th. I forget if we're on the 9th right now. But I'm certainly not about to put Kenny Norris in for his debut against Juan Soto in a 1-run game. So I'm putting in Cole Sands, 31 of 32 on saves. Got to wipe away the stench of that previous game. 12 runs given up in the last 2 innings, blowing a 6-0 or a 6-run lead. And it's a grounder hit at Keeschel. That's a big out. It's not the time to be missing a call like that, At least he gets that one. Splitter missing low. We're full. Driven hard to right field. Another lefty breaks our hearts late in the game. And Clifford hits a homer on pitch 9 of the at-bats. 19th of the year. That's some serious power he's developed. Lately, the bullpen has just not been anywhere near as good as they were earlier in the year. It's really bizarre to me that it feels lefties are hitting 400 against this team. And when you have good lefty relievers, I keep saying this, but usually they just get the job done. I don't know, man. But now we got to try to walk this off. That's Marcelo Meyer with a base hit ripped into right field. He represents the winning run. Noelvi Marte is now going to check in and run. But here's Brent Rooker and a chance to end things. And he looks to do just that. Rocket into center. Back, and it's run down. 101 off the bat, but just missed winning this game. 2 for 3 on the day for Hank Holder. 56 RBIs on the year. Nice pitching here from Buto, going up and away for strikes 1 and 2. Marte's going to go. It's in the dirt. We'll swipe second. Full count on Holder. There's really no reason to throw him a strike. Winning runs already on base. 3 and 2. Fastball down the middle. Why? Ball 4. All right, new guys here. Josh Lowe has a homer already. 2 runs batted in. Felt pretty good with my first swings with him last episode. Down below, I just saw the NL WAR leaders, and because he's missed so much time, Carter has now been passed by Hank Holder, who appears to be second in the National League now, 5.6. 2-0 on Lowe. These head-to-heads are going to go a long way towards deciding this division race. And it's 3-0. 4-pitch walk. They got to get Buto out of the game. Joe Brown. All you got to do is bring home Marte, and it's over. And Buto's going to stay out. Oh, fouled back a fastball. A strikeout could save him here. We're just not putting the ball in play. Nearly hit him, which lean into it at this point. And the slider is in there. Just hit the outside edge, and it's going to come down to Miguel Amaya. We brought him here for the offense. It's funny, too. This is like, you know, the first year in the series that he's actually been good. Before this, he struggled to hit 200. I guess his 2024, you know, not a bad, like, getting used to the bigs kind of season, but really wasn't doing anything notable until this year. A contract year, and now here he is. Nasty. Strike two. And a drive from Amaya. What a way to end it. It's gone. Absolutely pummeled that ball. Grand slam win for the Marlins. Miguel Amaya. That's why you go and you make these kinds of additions. What a season for him, man. I can't wait to see if he ends up playing well enough to get another contract here. It's possible. Already 2 homers with the new catcher. I'm enjoying hitting with the new guys a whole lot. Great way to start this series. On to the next one. Max Meyer's going toe-to-toe with Tarek Skubal. 2-1 Marlins. Let's check out Max's numbers now on the year. So, a 5-11 record on the surface doesn't look very good. ERA 4.72. I believe it is the worst ERA in the starting rotation. Home runs seem to be the culprit here. Overall, I don't think it's a terrible year. Still think he can be a good part of this rotation going into the late season. Facing Kyle Teel, who the Mets just added, and that is going to end the inning. So Teel was the big addition for them to chase the postseason this year. We also added a catcher. Let's see if they give us any more situations. Oh boy. Milton Merrifield. So he opened the season with a really good scoreless inning stretch, and then, you know, regression came back around. He's not been nearly as good. I need to get in some more games where I'm actually making the pitching decisions so I can see some of these averages. But maybe he's a lefty who can actually get some lefties out. We'll see. They're loaded right now for Kyle Teel. He gets the count 2-2. And a grounder hit to Holder. And that will end the inning. Look at the average climbing for Marcelo Meyer, sitting at 241. Could he be figuring it out this year suddenly? Marcelo Meyer, 236 with a 315 on base. Very close to what Johnny Grieve has been doing. And yeah, his last 10, as I keep checking it, he's been in good form now for a few weeks. Low ball. And depending on how some of these guys are playing, like Meyer could handle some outfield too if he's more productive than Drew Jones. Jones, though, with that defensive value, it's hard to take that skill set out of center field while we don't have Carter. Strike 3. They just threw that away on a strikeout. Wow. Hank Holder, he's swinging a good bat lately. 3 for 4 on the day. Average now 308. Swing and a miss. I think he's busy, bro. Hank Holder, deep to left field. That is crushed. Leaving the building, 455 feet. That was a meatball there. A slider for Home run number 19. I think we're seeing him truly become that superstar right now. This is some of the best baseball he's played in his now 3-year career. Marte trying to repeat on nearly the same pitch. Instead, we'll go to the 9th inning. Xavier Curry has gotten some lefties out this year, and actually, he's got probably one of the best batting averages against on the entire team. And that's while being a pitch-to-contact guy, lower strikeouts. But he's done a good job this year. Full count to Francisco Lindor, and missing away. Leadoff walk. Batter now is Drew Gilbert. It bounces away from Ramirez. Lindor into scoring position, and Curry has walked the first 2. And 2-0 to Luis Angel Acuna. Splitter popped up. We'll catch a break as Joe Brown takes care of it. The lefty Brandon Nimmo has already homered. I think it just said twice in this game. All I hear is he's due to get out, and does. Strike 3. To center. It's Keishel taking care of it. We'll take the first 2 here against the Mets. Excellent start to this series. And we just beat their ace in Skubal. Holder, 4 hits on the day. Marlins score 8. Thankfully, we've gotten some more offense lately because the pitching has been questionable at times. In Johnny's last 10, he's hitting .244. Not many extra base hits, just 1. While Noelvi Marte is more so in weaker form. Marcelo Meyer, definitely hot. Keishel's playing well for that matter too, but I'm going to give the edge in this case to Marcelo Meyer for more playing time. Gonna make a move here and put Aaron Jackson on the 40-man roster so that when we eventually call him up in September, he will be playoff eligible. Just in case he proves to be ready and he goes into the postseason hot, I want that option. He's playing great at AAA and he is going to debut. We're going to win this series against the Mets in convincing fashion. None of these games have been close finishes. 9 runs scored here with Rooker and Norby going yard. Ryan Pepio with 5 good innings. And Curry, he really pitched almost 30 pitches the day before and then goes 4 innings here the next day. I wasn't expecting a sweep there. 10-2. 4 easy wins of the New York Mets. And the offense is in tremendous form with these additions that we've made. We already have 6 games this month of scoring 8 or more runs. So let's go on the road now. Looks like a bases-loaded situation for George Soriano. Got to protect these leads and stay hot. A lot of bullpen meltdowns lately. Good pitch, no call. Facing Francisco Alvarez with 1 away and the bases filled. Better slider in the zone, 2-2. And jammed him. Long run for Lowe, and it just lands foul. 3-2. Up the middle, a base hit. Scoring at least 1. And the Phillies will make it a 5-4 game. Now, Soriano's only thrown 7 pitches, so he was not the one who allowed the bases to get loaded. He struck out Alec Boehm. Struggling with control against Max Kepler. They'll be loaded again. Might be time for a new pitcher. And here comes Dylan Coleman. We're playing the averages here again. The lefty Justin Crawford has a chance to put the Phillies on top. Strike 1. 1-2. Cutter lined into center. This is unbelievable. Sending home the go-ahead run, and in there, the Phillies go up 6-5. Jones now, no guarantees here, but he does get to it. Started this sequence up 5-1 and now trailing. Top of the 7th inning, Norby just drew a walk, and here is Joe Brown. Norby goes, and he's in there, swiping second. It said on the scoreboard, actually, that Joe Brown is 3rd on the team in stolen bases with 12. I would not think that he'd be top 3 on a team with Evan Carter, Hank Holder, Xavier Edwards, Connor Norby, who just got 9. It's a lot more speed than Joe Brown. But I guess he's always on base. He's hitting 270. Bad chase. Lefty coming in. And that's because we have Josh Lowe. Lowe into left. It's caught. Let's take it into the 8th inning now. Miguel Amaya. He's been really good since we added him. I've already hit 2 homers with him. Count is 2-2. Ooh, got a slider to the drive right there. Full count. Ball 4. 2 on, no outs. And here I do like bunting with Drew Jones. He gets it down this time, and they'll get the out at second. Keegan Thompson comes out. That's a high ERA. Johnny Grieve. Come on, Johnny. Let's get RBI 17 right here. Would be a great time for it. We're going to have Jones go. First pitch. Ooh, that's going to be an out. Yeah, they got him. Johnny now ahead 3-1. Gotta pitch him in the zone here. Holder's on deck. We should get something. And we do not. 5 games up right now on the Mets. Widening that gap. 1st and 3rd for Hank Holder now. It's to right field. That'll get the game tied up. Holder to the wall. Johnny will hold at 3rd. 6 apiece. That base running miscue on my part, though, does keep us from maybe having that 7th run. And that was right down the middle. And down goes Brent Rooker with 2 in scoring position. Let's play on now. Here is Milt Merrifield. Lefties are hitting 266 against him. So not nearly as bad as some of the other lefties, but another reverse splits lefty for our bullpen. I haven't gotten a pitch yet with Kenny Norris, but I didn't think this was the spot to get my first chance. Bryce Harper leading off, beats the shift. Lefties hitting the Marlins. We've seen this story before. They ran Waters, and I remember a couple episodes ago him stealing 3rd on us. So we need to keep an eye over on him. Grounder, stay put. Holder retires Alvarez. And Norby doesn't have to move far. So now we got left on left against Max Kepler. And it's a chopper. Okay. Joe Brown makes the play. Joe Brown let the Phillies off the hook with that swing. Flied out. And Josh Lowe crushes one. That's to center. It's way back. Caught against the fence. What's the right call here? With 2 lefties due up this inning. Not a save situation. Do I give Norris a chance? He's made 1 appearance, and he gave up a home run in 1.1 innings. Here is the rookie Kenny Norris. Of course, the 1 hit seemed to be a lefty. All right, Kenny. Lefty Justin Crawford leads off. He's got some tremendous velocity, too. 101 miles per hour, it was saying. That one's 99. Also throws a screwball change and a curve. Can't bunt that one. So it's taken 40 episodes for me to pitch a major league inning with a draft pick. Swing and a foul tip. Flied for Norby, and he has it. Here's the really tough at-bat for Kenny Norris. Trey Turner. And that fastball, it looks fast. Out in front, he gets him with a screwball for a 2-2 count. Struck him out. 99 on the edge. The flame-throwing Kenny Norris. And a base hit left on left to Brandon Marsh. Running now, and Amaya will not have it in time. Brandon Marsh, a base hit from winning. Norris, 0-2. Got him on the high heater. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Kenny Norris. Welcome to the big leagues. But we're getting their closer now, it appears, in Griffin Jacks. Ugly strikeout to open the inning. Yeah, Griffin Jacks can be tough. Amaya up the middle, chopping but not through. And he's out by a half step. Drew Jones. Or do we think... Man, I don't have another option here outside of Luke Keeschel. And at least Jones, we know he's an infield single option if he just dribbles one slowly. Which could easily happen on one of these sweepers. That's going to be lined out. You got to be kidding me. Jones squared that thing up. Kerry Carpenter's stats against lefties are not great, but he has a high clutch. I'm going to go with our closer then. All right, you're getting Cole Sands. Waving and trying to advance. I think we're getting the lead runner. Carpenter is going to reach. Thankfully, I didn't screw that one up. So a runner at first now for the Phillies. Oh, way late. Strike 3. It's Francisco Alvarez. Just on the edge from Sands. And he lines it low, trying to cut it off, and he can't. From first, it's Carpenter around third, and Greaves' throw is not in time. Phillies win it. Alvarez with a couple really big hits here in this game, and they walk us off. Lowe just not able to keep that ball in front of him. Inside out swing. And despite getting their ghost runner out, they do take the win. Man, the losses we've been suffering lately, I'm not saying there have been many, but they're tough losses. So, oh no. Xavier Edwards pulled hamstring. He's going to be down 1 to 2 weeks. We're going to put him on the 10-day injured list in that case. We have a lot of infielders here. Meyer's been playing well over at third. So, Johnny Grieve, Luke Keeschel then over at second base. Keeschel recently in good form, getting on base a lot. Johnny Grieve kind of doing the same. Slight edge to Keeschel, though, so I'm going to put him in against righties, Johnny in against lefties. And then the move up is going to be to bring back... Where is PJ Morlando? Evan Carter now 2 to 3 weeks away from his return. So Edwards will be back before Carter is. 2 to 3 weeks puts us in that first week of September. Marlins coming back the next day. It's a big game for Brent Rooker and a 10 to 6 win. Max Meyer then pitching a gem as we attempt to take the series, and we will with a low-scoring shutout. Detroit is next. We've won 3 in a row. And yeah, let's jump in with Kenny. 99 from Kenny Norris. And I believe he already has 3 strikeouts in this outing on 10 pitches. Pumping that in at 100. Oh my! Getting in the chase way up there is Kenny. 100. No chance. And chased it high. Another punch out for Kenny Norris. That's foul. Chase Young falling behind. That's a drive now. Morlando is giving chase. Deep in the outfield and runs it down. So that's 2 innings of work for Kenny Norris. 5 strikeouts. I'm excited. Marlins score the win. They're going to take this series in the Motor City now. 5-2. Morlando goes yard with 3 RBIs. Great numbers, too, for Noble Meyer today. Meyer's in excellent form. That ERA is down to 3.38. Has he figured it out this season at the majors? We have a 7.9 strikeout rate, actually down from last year, but home runs and walks are both down. And he's starting to really pitch at a high level. He's getting deep into these outings. Wow. Over his last 10, he hasn't gone any less than 5 frames. And no more than 4 runs allowed. That was once. Couple series now at home, and we will open against the Guardians, dropping this game 5-4. Giving up a couple homers. We hit 3, but just not enough. Xavier Edwards can now be activated from the 10-day injured list, as we did lose this series to the Guardians. Morlando came back up. He's 4 for 7 with 2 homers. Hate to send him down, but he would be back here in like a week. So we're going to move him back to AAA. Checking out some players down here at AAA, and I wanted to point out how much higher Damian Kaufman's power is. +6 and +8. Those are both at 74s now. The vision is up 4. What's the strikeout rate on him? 41 and 164 at-bats. That's not bad. I'll take 25% or so on a guy with that much pop. It's those 33% home run rates that are a little bit tougher to digest. So I think he's in a very good spot with that 256 isolated power. I think he's one of those guys in the future who is like the perfect September call-up, where he doesn't really fit into our bench for an everyday role with a 26-man roster, but with expanded rosters, just to have more speed and power off the bench to close out the year. Who wouldn't want one player to fill that need? All right, player lock Noble Meyer. Let's hope I don't ruin his hot streak, because he's playing at an extremely high level right now. Let's go for an 11th straight at least. 5+ innings. Oh, he's seeking his 10th straight win? We don't lose when he pitches? So he hasn't taken a loss in 13 starts. The pressure is on. 7% walk rate, too. I'm really happy with just everything he's doing this year. And I'm pretty sure he's not even... I think he's still a year away from even arbitration. Let's take a look at his contract. Oh, we got a couple renewal years still, because he only pitched 13 games here in 27 and 28. Yeah, this is exactly what the team needs as the playoff roster takes shape and everything, as we try to make multiple runs. A pitcher who's going to be not making too much money the next couple of years. If this keeps up, that's how you keep a winning team together. He struck out Rengifo. Right over to Keishel at second. That was kind of lucky on a slider middle. Boom to right. That's going to be a fair ball into the corner. With his 41 speed, he'll get in there with a double. Kerry Carpenter into shallow center, and Jones will make the catch. You know, as we start to close in on potentially the first playoff games of the series, I should probably get some more full games in before then and get used to playing these full 9-inning games again. Pitching more games, managing the game. I need to do that before October. Guys, the overrated chant didn't work the last time you tried this out. 3-2. And he takes a walk. Now falling behind Francisco Alvarez. Really needs a strike here, and it's a good one. And the 3-2, left over the plate. Crushed to left, and Norby. Okay, that was not crushed. Caught a break. Grounder. Wow, that might be 2. Even Trey Turner isn't going to beat this one out. Double play. Doubling home Josh Lowe is Marcelo Meyer. We get a couple in the inning. Yeah, maybe some guys are beginning to really figure it out. Marcelo Meyer, Noble Meyer. We'll see about Kenny Norris. I can't wait to pitch with him again. It's going to happen again in this episode. I'm going to make sure of it. Oh, yeah, the Phillies had added Ian Happ, and they're in last place. So I don't know. Maybe he has multiple years left. I forget. But that was kind of a weird move. Oh, Rooker has 30 homers now. I didn't catch that. So he's up there in the NL lead. Top 3, it looks like. 91 RBIs. He's in first there. Diving play, Marcelo Meyer. What a stop. I think we're seeing Marcelo Meyer turn a corner, guys. Now there's a nice graphic. And, okay, the Phillies, they're 60 and 67. They're not as bad as I thought. Rockies in the hunt. What a world. And the Reds, 5 games better than us. 81 victories. Pitch count's been excellent for Myers so far. Here's 38. Getting strike 2 on Marsh. And struck him out. Kerry Carpenter. Hey, this means that Hank Holder has better WAR than Darryl Ingram this year. I think we're due for a comparison on the two. Because Ingram had really taken the lead with production last season. But here comes Hank, putting up a near MVP year. Probably won't beat Ellie De La Cruz. 3-2 now on Carpenter. Yes, they do. And this sign, that works for Noble Meyer, Max Meyer, and almost works for Marcelo Meyer. So that gets a lot of mileage. Blasted to left, and Norby will run it down. And the goal is to make it through 5, as he's done each of his last 10 games. Maybe more than 10. That's not going to quiet the crowd down, I don't think. Ooh, they might return after that. Fans holding back the chant as Harper strikes out. A gem thrown down below by Ryan Weathers. I got to show you what Edward Cabrera has been up to, by the way. That's going to be Alvarez, who's just hammering our pitching this episode. And it's the Phillies' second hit. This is going to be a double. Trey Turner to right field. Will they wave Alvarez? They will not. All right, if we want to make it through the 5th, keep this streak intact. Got to buckle down now. 1st and 3rd for Ian Happ, who at one time paid us no attention in free agency. I haven't forgotten. Jammed over to Marcelo Meyer. One there. Happ is doubled up. Noble Meyer. 5 innings of shutout ball yet again. 96. 6th inning facing Luis Rengifo. Grounder to second base. Good pick there by Keishel. 2 gone. 92 on the 2-seamer. Ooh, that's tough. Myers 0-2 is a slider just off. Slider hit on the ground. Nice job, Hank Holder. 6 innings for Meyer. Just out of the reach of Luke Keishel. Alec Bohm will reach. We got Kerry Carpenter here. Meyer getting down there with energy. Give me Kenny. 6 1/3 innings so far. Gave up a homer in his debut, and that's the only one so far. 10 strikeouts in 6 1/3 innings gives him 14.2 K per 9, or a strikeout percentage of 47%. Can he be the one we trust against lefties? No one else has been. Norris nails the corner at 101. Struck him out. But now, falling behind Bryce Harper. We know how tough Alvarez has been behind him. That's a piece of the zone. He misses up. Walks are the one thing that can really hurt Norris. Tough out here. It's Alvarez and Kenny Norris ahead 0-2. The screwball gets him. It's strike 3. Screwball to Trey Turner. We have a 2-2 count. And jammed him toward low. Kenny Norris takes care of the inning. Norris staying in a little bit longer here. Facing Happ. Screwball turns in. Chopper. Got a piece of it. Holder retires him. Putting a bunt down now. Norris, what a play. He cut it off. I thought it was going to be Keishel's play to make. Norris looking for a second inning of work here. He misses inside. 3-1 count. Popped up. And Kenny Norris will put another 0 on the board. In the 8th inning, looking to see if we can add another run. Down goes Keichel on strikes. Now Hank Holder's turn. 2-2. And full. He pulls this one into left field. Base hit. Rooker absolutely crushes it. Brent Rooker way out of here. 465. Marlins go up 4-0. 31 on the season. I cannot wait to have Evan Carter rejoin this team soon. Jose Hernandez will get the 9th inning for us. Lefties now with a 3.11 average. He has a better whip than Alvarado, so I'm going with him. And a 1-pitch ground out opens us. Oh, what a pitch. He could be dialed in. Strike 3! But Kerry Carpenter spoils the fun. Base hit. Bryce Harper, last chance for Philadelphia. And another left-on-left single into right. This game is not over. Francisco Alvarez down to his last strike. And another one that Jones is going to have trouble reaching. And that's going to plate probably 2 runs. RBI double, tying run will come to the plate. And suddenly it's Cole Sands time now to face Trey Turner. Ground ball through the middle. A 3rd run is going to score. 4-2 or 4-3. And it's a lefty and Ian Happ. Here we go. Let's get a mound visit in here. Talk about this one, guys. Just one guy who didn't want to be here. Let's show him what he's missing out on. 93 on the cutter. Runner goes. Amaya doesn't field it cleanly. So Turner's at second. Happ to right. Lowe giving chase. Josh Lowe makes the catch. And it ends the game. Wow, that was so close. What a catch in right field. Noblemeyer gets his win. He's the player of the game. That was a terrific performance. And let's go through that last fly out from Ian Happ. I wasn't sure Lowe was going to have this one. Oh, man. Very smooth play. And if we didn't have someone with that kind of range out in right, very possible that play ain't made. I feel like I just keep getting, you know, moments here in these last few episodes where it's like, yep, that's why you added Miguel Amaya. That's why you added Brent Rooker, Josh Lowe. They've all played big parts in wins today. Xavier Edwards is good to go. Marlins will take this series from Philadelphia. They win game 2. And here we're going for a little sweep. And we're going to get it. 8-5 wins, 79 wins now on the season. 6 doubles here in this game. So we have gained 7 games of ground in this episode, but head-to-heads up here against the Mets once again. Tarek Skubal takes the mound in the first game. Mets need to come away with a win here, I feel, and they're in good shape late in this game. But the Marlins come back. What did we do? This screen gives you a look at the actual box score. 7 runs in the 9th inning. So we had been trailing by 1 and dropped 7 on them. Rooker, Brown, and Lowe all go yard. All had 3 RBIs. The following day, Marlins shut them out 9-0. A demoralizing loss. Leads into the next day. 4 homers, Meyer with 2 of them, Rooker and Edwards. I feel like Rooker hits a homer almost every day. And then it's Noblemeyer day. So if we're going to get him a win, we have to score some runs. 2-0 New York. We jump into the 4th inning. Joe Brown, foul. Then a ground ball to short, and that is an inning ender. They don't give us anything else. Apparently a nice 3-0 win. Noblemeyer does take the loss. And he only gave up 2 runs. I'm worried that's injury related now. Doesn't appear to be. Okay, that's good news. So we've gotten through all of our games against the Mets. We go 6-1 today, 8.5 games up. And we're about to hit September. Marlins beat the Nationals. Miguel Amaya just put us up here against the Nationals. I don't usually get into games like this, but I'm doing like a quick manage game I'd like to enter at some point. Xavier Edwards goes yard. He knows how to hit free agency this year. He's playing out of his mind. Yuri Perez, meanwhile, doing a really good job against this lineup, shutting them down, only giving up 4 hits now. James Wood flies out. Garcia hits a homer. First run for Washington. But it's going to be 6 innings for Yuri Perez. Bobby Miller coming out of the bullpen? Yeah, the ERA has definitely gone up. And I'm calling upon Kenny Norris once again. His 8th appearance. What a start to his big league career. It's the 8th inning in a 1-run game. Quickly, Kenny becoming a pitcher. I'm trusting the game is tied. I'd appreciate it if you stopped laughing at that. James Wood. Base hit. Settle down, Kenny. 2 pitches in, a homer and a single. This might be a short outing.
That's a ball.
That's an improvement, though. That's just a ball. 101. Norris strikes out Wilson Contreras. Luis Garcia flies one. Keishel's playing center. Gets to it. Hey, I got to see if Kenny is ready for the big innings when those show up. So right now is a good chance to get him out there for the eighth. Some high leverage stuff.
No balls, 2 strikes.
0-2. Oh, that's close. To right, it's Meyer. So Norris does give up the second run of his career. The scoreless inning streak was eventually going to end. So it's the 9th inning. Bobby Miller's on the mound. What's his story been lately? So a 4.46 ERA, the whip up to 1.42. So the advanced numbers, you know, they say he's still roughly the same guy that he's been, but clearly now coming out of their bullpen and probably has for a little while now. I guess he did have a little bit of a rough stretch here. Let's see if we can get one off Bobby. Johnny Grieve will take it at the knees. 3-0. Johnny's small strike zone is a tough one. Now full. Ball 4. Why do I take a walk with Johnny like 70% of the at-bats? Amaya into right field, and the first 2 against Miller reach. Luke Keichel rips one. That's to center. We're not going to advance on it. But now you have the current batting champion in the National League, Xavier Edwards, hitting over 330. He's been on a tear. Can he put us ahead? Rolled over. One there. Double play. Wow, Dylan Coleman's ERA got pretty ugly here lately. 5.32. The whip has been up. Definitely a step back this year. And if we check out his recent outings, he's given up runs over 4 straight. It's Jose Alvarado's turn this time. 3 righties due up in the inning. Kind of like his pitching arsenal, facing righties more anyway. He has a cutter. I think just less options to attack lefties. Pop out of Brady House. Slow chopper. Alvarado's got a cover. And he does. Edwards out of his reach. Base hit Washington. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Edgar Santana just won it on a towering fly to deep left field. Bullpen a little shaky. That's how we're going to wrap up the month of August. Tough loss for us. A lot of heartbreakers. But a whole lot of wins as well. Still very excited about Kenny Norris and this first impression that we've gotten of him. The strikeout stuff he possesses is special. Very different than what we've seen. But hopefully we can get him a lot more playing time and see if he's going to be a reliable option late in the year and into the postseason. But we're going to wrap up August, and now 1 month remaining. We won't play the Mets, and actually don't have very many. Well, we have a few series here against division opponents, but we are getting close to clinching our spot. 7.5 games up here in the East. We'll work on clinching that next episode. Should it come down to a wild card, first off, that would be really worrisome, but we're in very good shape with the Braves at 69 wins, Diamondbacks at 69. We're comfortably in front of them. Starters are hot. Bullpen, it's complicated, is how I would put it. Can't wait to see more of Kenny Norris. And how about that walk per 9 already up 7? I'm pretty sure when I called him up today, he was a 71. So he is developing fast. Even with that homer we just allowed, he's only given up 2 runs in 11 1/3 innings. And hopefully he can provide some stability down the stretch. Johnny Greaves hitting 250 here suddenly. That's awesome to see. Nice hot streak. And I've drawn a bunch of walks with him. When's the last time I got a hit with Johnny? It's been ages. Hank Holder, he's a 93. Actually, a little bit cold right now. Last 10 haven't been great. A lot of offers in there. But 21 homers has tied a career high. His next one will be a new. And hopefully he finishes this season better than last. Hopefully gets out of this, whatever he's in, pretty quickly. If we check out the NL batting war, Holder is second in the league, and Evan Carter is fourth despite not playing since July 8th. Basically missing 2 months. Man, where is he? Darrell Ingram's down here. So he has 29 home runs. He's hit 258 this year, slugging 517. By no means a slumping year, but maybe hasn't been in top form over the past couple weeks, but neither has Hank. But Holder does play shortstop, does play it extremely well, which contributes to his very high WAR. 260 ISO, 17% strikeout rate. How does that compare to Hank? 225 ISO, 17.8. I think a lot of it is just he's really good defensively, and he has been a better batting average and on-base player. We are just days away from getting Evan Carter back as well, so when I think about September, I think PJ Morlando makes some sense, and then I'd like to get Aaron Jackson up if we can make it work. The issue is just that Carter will take up one of those spots. Morlando would take up one if I call him up. So it might come down to Morlando and Jackson in that case. Either way, I feel really good about the team right now. The games have been a lot of fun. So many great moments here in every episode. And I'll be back soon to help us make a run at the division title. Leave your thoughts down in the comments, everybody. Please leave a like and subscribe. Go Marlins, and I'll see you next time.